Yes, guys, and welcome to the Wednesday Awakens recap. In this, I got the audio for, of course, the Wednesday Awakens recap, and yes, these are the recaps from the very important things, like with Episode 9, with the new title name, Rise of the Skywalker, and Galaxy's Edge, and The Mandalorian, and The Clone Wars, and also with Resistance and the 20th anniversary of The Phantom Menace. Well, my clone, on the other hand, covers Vader Immortal and Jedi Fallen Order. Just want to say, sit back, relax, and enjoy the recaps from the past. From the past celebration weekends. Hey everyone, and welcome welcome back. I'm back, and I got through with the episode 9 panel. And the host I just saw was Stephen Colbert, and he was just and yes, he's the one that's doing the night show on CBS. And he was also famous for Comedy Central's 4 nights a week until the final episode of 2014, The Colbert Report. Yeah. And then there were guests like J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy. And I found her at last, but I'm going to get to J.J. Abrams first. But J.J. talked about Carrie Fisher. You know, he was really saddened to hear. He was really saddened to hear the passing of Carrie Fisher, and he brought his daughter, Billy Lord. And then he said the picture isn't after The Last Jedi. But then what he picked is CGI versus practical effect. He chose practical. The next guess is Anthony Daniels and R2-D2. The legends. You know, and we got the legend himself, Billy D. Williams. Lando Calrissian from Battlefront 2 is finally here. And also Episode 5 is finally here. And then we got new characters. We got the cast. Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Kelly Marie Tran, Johannes Suotamo, well, still Swedish, and Naomi Aki, who is playing the new character, of course, and BB-8, which I'm going to get to in a bit. And the character she plays is Jenna. Wait, Jenna? I thought she's playing Fi Maradi. You know? Gus Fi Maradi is, of course, you know, a spy, you know? If she's playing a spy, then she should be Fi Maradi. But, you know, I mean, I read the Phasma novel. I pre-ordered Black Spire, which is coming in September. Of course. But then I was excited to, well, not very excited, just tip it aside and see Dio. But then, here he is, and wait a minute. That's not Dio. Dio's it's a former Imperial droid. Who's now in the ownership of course, Say. Of course, of Say Miko, or Say Versio. When after both of her parents died in separate places. Pilio Del Miko was killed by Hask, and Hask shot Hask, but he got the last laugh by killing her. And now with Shriv and Zay, the Dio supposed to be a flying droid, not a Will. But other than that, I present that. But then I saw Rey breathing, and we could hear the voice of Luke. Well, time for the trailer reaction. with Rey breathing on the Lucasfilm logo. She was breathing. Then we saw a TIE silencer with Kylo Ren chasing her on his TIE silencer. Then every generation has a legend. It cuts to the crossguard lightsaber, of course, and then the ship goes to, which I knew that may be Planet Batuu, which I think this is Planet Batuu. And then we saw the, of course, Leia hugging Rey, and she and Rey was crying, but I didn't cry because But what I'm glad to see is Lando and Chewie pilot together. And then when he said no one has ever gone, but then I noticed that planet, it was Pilio from Battlefront 2. I think this must be Pilio from Battlefront 2. The mysterious planet. The one that looked different, that's the same one. Where the Corvus used to be at. And the one where Del Meeko was actually buried in. But the one that got me interested is Palpatine's evil laugh. And then the new title is, of course, The Rise of Skywalker. Well, it's a 4-letter word, but hey, it's better than Will the Force and better than the Skywalkers. But I still like Son of Darkness better, but I think this is a good title. The Rise of Skywalker, I think it's a good title. And then, who made an appearance from out of nowhere? Ian McDiarmid. Palpatine himself shows up, and then he gave the word to everyone with the episode 9. After the loud applause, he was like this, "Roll it again." And then we got one more glimpse trailer, and I tell you, I am beyond, well, not very beyond, hopeful for episode 9. Well, I was going to say excited, but, hopeful for episode 9. Alright, I'm going to go watch Celebration, and when after the Vader panel, my clone, Mr. 46.1 Amateur, will continue. We'll get his discussion about Vader Immortal. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I had that covered. Just want to say, I'm Mr. 46.1 Amateur. I just sit through and watched an hour of Vader Immortal. Now it's my turn to give the analysis for it. Well, let's start out with some of the characters. Mustafarian, Commander Karras, and the Priestess, and a droid named Zoe. And where Vader will be choosing you. But then there are going to be other planets that yet have to be revealed. Although we do have the cast for this. Vader is voiced by, once again, Scott Lawrence, the one who said right now also in Star Wars Resistance as Yeager, as my creator said. And the 3 characters is a Mustafarian played by Keith Ferguson, who my creator also known him as Blueguard Q-Kazoo, Steve Bloom, Zeb, who's also Zeb, plays Commander Karras, and Flora Uku is the priestess. But the one I didn't know, that I heard a voice, and which I didn't know, but my creator does, is Maya Rudolph, which he always talks about, is Saturday Night Live, who is famous for Saturday Night Live. Alright guys, and I saw the trailer, and it looks neat. It looks neat. Maybe this could be a good Star Wars game. You know, only the VR one. Alright guys, I gotta go back and gotta go pack up the hotel room and oh wait, I'm not in Chicago, but I'm gonna go rest, go to the backup tank, and I'll see you guys next time. Or I'll see you guys tomorrow for Jedi Fallen Order. And until then, game over. Hey guys, I got back from Galaxy's Edge. Well, first off, before I get to those, first off we got the person that's introduced is of course Scott Trowbridge. He's the guy in charge of Galaxy's Edge. And he did the introduction with Force for Change, which is an organization that was announced by Mark Hamill, which is, of course, make dreams come true with not just only teamwork, but also with, of course, robotics engineering, you know? That's really interesting. And then, we got it behind the scenes with Josh Gad. Yes, that is Olaf, the creepy snowman for Frozen, which he's gonna be part of Frozen 2. When he tried to get in, used a mind trick, and then his security guard, and then asked for an autograph from Olaf, and then with its security guard's name is his daughter's name is Olivia. Well, I don't know any other Olivia, so yeah. But then he still can't go in. Then Josh Gad's mate with Scott Trowbridge, and then he's not allowed to, you know. And then camera people came in. Then he tried to bribe him with a VHS copy of Pretty Woman with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts, and then $5, you know. But Scott don't remember him borrowing a copy of the VHS of Pretty Woman. And then John had tried to go in, but he was stopped by the First Order stormtroopers. And then, of course, the reason why, then Josh Gad is the host. But okay, first off, do want to talk about, of course, is Smuggler's Run. And this, where you go inside the Millennium Falcon, the ride, of course, is where you gotta find some smugglers and rogue traders. And even though Rise of the Resistance is where you're being held captive by the First Order, but if you survive the Kylo Ren's wrath and the First Order, you'll be welcomed back and get praised to the Resistance as a hero. But that's not where this ends. There's connections bugs. There's bugs that connected to this Galaxy's Edge comic series coming soon. And this Black Spider coming soon. Crash of Fate coming soon. Myths and Legends coming soon. But out right now are pirates' life and Thrawn alliances. Of course. And the workshop, on the other hand, makes custom lightsabers for the kids, you know? It's just interesting. But if you think that's a good part, Coca-Cola Company has teamed up with Galaxy's Edge to make cool designs for Translate. It was refreshing sponsors like Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Sprite, and Dennisite Water. Are really interesting. And for the Cantina at Galaxy's Edge, Rex, of course, has survived the crash landing in Batuu, of course, and later he becomes a DJ. But with samples of the music, it's the Cantina remix. And the droid screw-up sound effects. But although for the Rise of Resistance, Kylo Ren, Rey, Poe, and BB-8 are confirmed. But when Josh got asked about Admiral Akbar, too soon. But although Jim Cummings is confirmed to be the voice of Hondo, the Hondo animatronic for Galaxy's Edge, and Yinam will be brought to Galaxy's Edge. But Yoda returns with Regals. Wait, but didn't Yoda die or something? You know, he already died. Oh, his spirit went to Batuu also. And John Williams will be composing the music for Galaxy's Edge. But when you do the play Disney Parks, it has 4 things for the storyline: hack, scan, translate, and tune. But lastly, we got a fan confession, like a confession booth, but where you can tell your stories, and it'll be played with the holocron. Even though, but you know, it's just say what makes you love Star Wars, you know? In this Disney Park of Galaxy's Edge. Okay, yeah, those are pretty interesting Galaxy's Edge. Now stay tuned, as Spike Clone will cover the Jedi Fallen Order after I get done watching the live. I'm gonna continue with the live stream, and then he'll be up after the Jedi Fallen Order live stream. Hey guys, it's your boy putting on Amateur here, and welcome to Jedi Fallen Order panel, hosted by David Collins, and we got, of course, Vincent Bella and Dig Emerson and more. But they did confirm that this will not be a multiplayer of microtransactions. And the art that shows the jungle planets is it Koyeti or Batuu, but who knows? The action melee is on the run. And of course, we got there was a strategy to size up and exploit weakness of enemies. But in the trailer, we show Cal, who's really is the construction crew member, then in hiding, he's a Jedi in hiding, trying to get away from the Empire. Right before, but he's got 3 rules to make sure. Of course, don't stand out, accept the past, and trust no one. Then it gets to the Sith Inquisitors. And Cal found the holocron. Well, I get to who plays Cal. Message order, execute order 66. And then of course, we saw a new trooper, which I'm gonna get to in a bit. And then it ends with the second sister using a force grip on the ship with the crew. But one of them is named, but I'll get to it in a bit. And then Cal's, the hero's name is Cal, Nodus, and Caleb Doom. This is Cal Cassis. Cal Cassis. I think that's his name, but he's played by, appearing from Gotham, Cameron Monaghan. Hear that name? And my creator they had a heart attack and the doctors had revived him. But although, yes, those are the same Sith Inquisitors that are from the comics. And the buddy of the droid's name, of course, is BD1. Yeah. I tell you, this celebration is getting interesting, but more interesting is Ben Burt will have the sounds for BD1. Yeah, that droid buddy that has Cal with him. But although there is the crew, kind of reminds me of Rebels. Kind of reminds the creator of Rebels, but other than that, it's Deborah Wilson. She plays Sarah. But the new melee troops that assist the Inquisitors are the Purge Troopers. And they look menacing. They actually look menacing in this. With red eyes and black armor. And then the lightsaber will grow and evolve as confirmed by Vince, but the rest are classified. But although, get this, they did promise a holiday season, but instead, they are actually saying that instead it will be part at November 15th. And those are your Jedi Fallen Order first celebration. And that'll be it. I'm Mr. Rizix, Pony Amateur. Thank you for watching or listening to Star Wars Celebration. Just want to say, till then we meet again, it's game over for me, and he'll cover the rest. Okay guys, I'm back from work. Let's get this thing started. Well, there's no host for Mandalorian, but there is, of course, Warwick Davis is hosting the Clone Wars panel. But although, let's talk about, we see the trio with Jon Favreau, the creator of The Mandalorian, Dave Filoni, the creator of the Clone Wars, Rebels, and Resistance, also director of The Mandalorian, and Kathleen Kennedy introduced just the two of them, saying Jon Favreau is a huge fan, but she called Dave Filoni a rock star, and the fans, and of course, and then she goes bye-bye. And, of course, we have both Filoni and Favreau met at the ranch. Skywalker Ranch, I think? Yeah. And Dave Filoni saw Iron Man. Was the first one to saw Iron Man. And Jon Favreau was the first one to see the Clone Wars. Two became best buds for 12 years. And then, coming out of the panel are Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano and Carl Weathers. Well, we did have a character name for Pedro Pascal, and his name is just a Mandalorian. You know, like a man with no name with Clint Eastwood, which I'm gonna mention in a little bit. And he said that his character is a combo of a samurai and a western, but a complete badass. His words, not mine. Well, even though, yeah, it's sort of mine. Well, it's still his words. Is that Gina Carano plays Cara Dune, an ex-rebel shock trooper. And what did she say about being part of the Star Wars family? This kick-ass that she gets to be part of the Star Wars family. And we got Carl Weathers. You may know him from Predator. You may know him from the Rocky franchise. Well, just 1 through 4. You may know him from Happy Gilmore and Little Nicky. He plays Grief Barada, head of the bounty hunters, and ex-Imperial. And although there are not enough, though there is some footage, I kind of skipped out on it, and then Harwell says it's beautiful that the fans react. But, and although the worst thing that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, was trying to do, to get stormtroopers, but unfortunately, there wasn't enough. There's not enough stormtroopers? Well, guess what? Plan B. There's always a plan B. They get the actual people who dress as stormtroopers, or should I say the cosplayers. But these are not actors. They are the actual cosplayers. Wow. Somebody give those two a medal for bringing in actual cosplayers in The Mandalorian. It's really true. But yes, I already did say that this will be the same one as Iron Man, The Jungle Book, and the upcoming Lion King movie. The Mandalorian is going to have a new ship named the Razor Crest. And of course, they get the practical effects. As Jon Favreau said, that he gets practical effects from Guillermo del Toro. Not Benedicto del Toro, from The Last Jedi. But the director. And yes, that's his practical effects. And then we got the scene, of course, of how the Razor's Crest was made. There was a question. Did you and Dave mention, ever had a discussion about Mandalorian history? And the answer was, yes. Yes, they did. And the next one is, who he got as a guidance for? And he said Dave Filoni, and also George Lucas, the one who visited. And then when John visited, he teared up. Although they used an actual human, that was just crazy. Whoever were those people are madmen or women, or just insane instead of dummies. But then Pedro Pascal said the Mandalorian is inspired by Clint Eastwood. Yeah, of course. And then said that TMI, it's going to be, if only don't want to get it into too much information. He said this route's going to be different. And yeah, that's going to be about it for The Mandalorian. Now I'm gonna switch over. We're in time that saying you need to, switch it over. And the next time, actually, I'm gonna do that right now. Speaking of tearing up, I just saw the Clone Wars, and yet it has the music of The Force Awakens with the flashback from movie to Lost Missions. And then when it gets the logo, and yeah, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I really, really teared up on that one because of the music, And Clone Wars Return, yeah, I actually cried. But then I wiped up my tears when someone just said Warwick Davis. But then coming out is, of course, Dave Filoni, the creator of the Clone Wars, D. Bradley Baker, voice of the Clone Troopers, Ashley Eckstein, voice of course, Ahsoka Tano, and Sam Witwer, voice of Darth Maul and former movie trivia Schmodown champion. But although, about the comeback, D. Bradley Baker said he just freaked out. And then, and why are they so close? Ashley Eckstein just said, we are like family. But even though they are like family, they broke the trust tree. And Witwer is trying to get information for the Mandalorian. But although it's going to be a limited run, Dave Filoni said he would do only 12 episodes for this season. Yep, that's what I gotta say. Of course, there's design for Rex, and the Bad Batch Unit 99 will be featured in this. And there's a clip reaction, and the Bad Batch where they get the droids. I was really shocked and amazed, but I didn't see Wolf in there. And then you got the new characters, the twins. And the interesting part is, they're from level 1313. The same level that this video game would have been considered Legends, or would have been canon if they had postponed in 2014, and would have and should have been canceled. And would have been canceled. At a level, or Ahsoka would go down to level 1330, but it did not go well as planned. It did not go well as planned. You gave me chills for, I fear for my life when I saw Ahsoka try to go down to 1313. I was really, really scared that she's going to fall off, just like Boba Fett and the other guy would have been. So and if it wasn't canceled, and then we got then we of course go to Sam Witwer with Darth Maul suit. And the interesting part, I forgot to mention that the Ahsoka suit is a new one. It's a jumpsuit, and Darth Maul's suit is the same as Solo. The same film I consider to be damn decent, but this one is of course taken from Solo, a Star Wars story. But the interesting part is Ray Park has returned to do the motion capture of Darth Maul. I am very, very shocked. But then we got a clip where Ahsoka returned, and the clones have saluted her. And she said that she won't, she isn't, part of the, team anymore. But the clones just remembered her for her battles and for her leadership. And then Commander Rex and the Clone Troopers just came in here. And with their own symbol. And Rex called her a commander. But she don't want to be called the commander to Captain Rex. They like, that's quite alright, Commander. And that one made Ashley Eckstein cried. Made her cry. But then the rest of the cast returned. Mad Lantern, Catherine Tabor, Tom Kane, Matthew Wood, and James Earl Taylor. And yes, and he did the part, he's like, hello there. And he did say, and it's like one big happy family. And then, the Tom Kane, after the session, this is when Tom Kane to say he's thanking Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni thought he asked him a question, but nope, he's just representing them, and the fans for chanting "Thank you, Dave," like a WWE when they chant their first name when they retire or leave the company. But Dave doesn't want to be thanked for the fans. No. The person he wants them to thank was George Lucas. Because he's the one that got him that job. But before he became a creator, he was a cosplayer. And you know who he cosplays as? Ploon Koon. Before I get to trailer action, right now it's 13 minutes and 13 seconds, so Star Wars 1313 confirmed! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, I'm just kidding, folks. Alright, now it's trailer reaction. With that moment right there, Ahsoka Tano had Groot on me on there when she left the Jedi Order. And then she went into level 1313. One I've been dying to see. See how it looks in the Clone Wars. Yes, it is criminal underworld. And then we saw Rex with his haunting nightmares of what he just witnessed. The depths of fives. Echo. And Heavy. He and Cody are the only ones left. Are the only ones left. And then the rest were the clips we just saw. And then we ended with Darth Maul saying, I was looking for Kenobi. Why are you here? Referring to Ahsoka Tano. And they fight, and then it cuts to the logo. That's the good news, and it's red. That is really interesting. But the bad news, there's no release date yet. So, my guess would be 2020. Okay, guys. I got done with that's 3 days down. One more to go. Mandalorian. Clone Wars panels. That's it for now. It's time to close out this episode of Celebration. Hey guys, I got back from the Phantom Menace 20th anniversary. Well, first off, we got the people behind it. Behind this, John Knoll, Gene Bolte, Doug Chiad, and Matthew Wood. But I thought I do have some Easter eggs. Well, I only got a few for the, John Knoll and Matthew Wood are in episode 1. Well played. One of, hold on. One of Jabba the Hutt's. Man, was Matthew Wood. And one of the N1 starfighters, of course, was John Knoll. And yes, he was the one that got killed. He was the one that's the casualty. make him the Jet Porkins of the prequels. But although the Tatooine pod racing is based on an actual racetrack as confirmed by Matthew Wood during Celebration. Well, I know this is going to be short, but but there's not much Easter egg going on. But although Sebulba's pod racer is got the cells from a Ferrari if its muffler been has a hole in there. But although at day one of shooting, Ian McDiarmid and Ray had never met each other. But then Ian McDiarmid had admitted that it was crap. That they had to do it over and 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 over again. Well, 22 times to be exact. And Ray Park felt nervous when he was doing that scene because it was his dream to be in Star Wars, and just like it. And he confirmed it. And the secret's revealed that Ray Park has learned those moves through video games like Tekken and mixed martial arts. And mixed martial arts films. That's one thing that was really interesting. Well, Ian McDiarmid, yeah. He did stage work before Star Wars. He was famous for stage work. Right before he's famous for Emperor Palpatine. And then they try to find the script. And when he's looking through the script to see, he tried to find which one he said. And then he realized when someone just said, "It was you bastard." That's what Ian McDiarmid said. Yeah. But interesting fact, when Warwick Davis, the host, was on his day off, just coming back, but although he did play one of the speculators, Weasel, who later appeared on Solo. And Ray Park did not just play one of the frightful Sith Lords, but he's also one of the Naboo Royal Guards during that shooting. And yeah, the whole one, yeah, that's him. That is Ray Park. But in costume, not in makeup. But then we got representation of the heroes, S&E Daniels, and the one who got a standing ovation from fans. Yeah, and it's on my top 5 best moments that I'm going to go through on Wednesday, on the Wednesday Awakens, the normal Wednesday Awakens. It's of course Jar Jar Binks. I'm at best. But then Anthony Daniels, which he didn't know, he was built by Vader. And of course, and what's his favorite moment? When, even though he was green screen, his favorite was when C-3PO and R2 met. He says, "What do you mean I'm naked? My putts are showing. My goodness." Well, he said, "Oh my." He did say, "My goodness, I'm naked." Yeah, cause that's my fondest memories. Even though that would haunt my, even though my mother at that time would get really mad at me and my bro for using that a lot. Although before he was, I'm at best, had started on Stomp. But where Jar Jar has inspirations from Ben Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, Bruce Lee, and Jackie Chan. And he's a fan of those. But then he was from the Bronx, and his favorite, he started out on Stomp. And you know, Jar Jar was actually a motion capture character. Was a motion capture character, you know, just like the Hulk with Mark Ruffalo. And Andy Serkis as King Kong, and as Baloo, and as Gollum. But although we get the last one with, of course, which is, of course, George Lucas. It went about 20 years. He thanked his fans for the work he did, even though it has disastrous results towards critics. But these are fans, you know. And that's it for the 20th anniversary. But the one with the comm navigator and the one with the chips as the toys. Now that, right there, ladies and gentlemen, that was my favorite. And also, when my bro and I, before we go to school, and right before we had the Phantom Menace on VHS, we had, of course, you know, the Qui-Gon and Darth Maul action figures. Before we went to school, he was 706. We do this, and then Qui-Gon wins. Well, only an action figure, but in the actual movie, he was killed by Maul, and Obi-Wan defeated him. Well, they didn't kill him, but that wasn't enough. And that was episode 1. Yeah, that was, and this was the best moment for me in my childhood. And yes, this is the first movie I just saw when I was 6 years old. Alright, and I'll see you guys after the next panel. And yes, this is the last panel, thankfully, because this is the last day of Star Wars Celebration. And then I can't wait to get to Marvel Tuesday tomorrow with Disney Plus. Alright, I just saw the Resistance Season 2 panel. Somehow, so far, I got everything I got right now. Well, we saw the showrunner, and Brendan, and of course, Athena. We're going to start with the showrunner saying that Dave Filoni has called his showrunner Padawan. And then the head writer, Brendan, said the show took place 6 months and 1 year before The Force Awakens. And then, started in 2015, character design. 2016, writers meeting. 2017, casting. In 2018, airing. And now here we are in 2019. Well, we got with Christopher Sean that says that who plays Cass, saying the cast wouldn't be cast without the team. And then we had Susie of plays Tam, and And Resistance say watching her grow is more interesting. But then we got Scott, when he talked about Yeager, but although he did give a little Darth Vader tone, well, with Darth Vader lines, and then he watched and he heard about so many wonderful things about his character Yeager. We have the voice of Tamara saying, well, she had a dream about joining the Air Force, but she couldn't because of the rules. And then it's interesting, she wanted to go to space. But then Don Faison, who played Hype Faison, saying about his character, it's amazing that he always wanted to be an actor to be in Star Wars. Well, you got to start off small, Donald. First you were on Liar Liar. Oh, no, wait. You were on Big Fat Liar with Amanda Bynes and Frankie Muniz and Paul Giamatti. Although I was referencing one with Jim Carrey. Sorry for the confusion there. And you were also big in Scrubs. And he said that before you could do something big. And we saw Bobby Moynihan, who plays Orca, say he looks at a picture every day and he smiles. Although interesting, David Collins, who hosted, works as a sound editor. Well, even though Richard Rashawn's favorite episode is No Escape Part 1, where the part where the Hanukkah Prime system, where Hanukkah Prime, his homeworld, was destroyed by First Order. But then when Christopher Sean watched it with his son, and we saw his son was crying, and he comforted him, saying, "It's alright, bud." Although, start off as a group, and then have a common foe. And of course, Resistance would be away from the Skywalker saga. Even though it is taking place during the time of. But then, apparently, which you got a discussion for Season 2. Well, Season 2 sneak peek, but nah, they didn't get the further details, so. I think that may be it. And it's time. Well, I'm gonna go check, and if it's on, I'll get back to you. But if it's not, time to end the Celebration podcast special. Okay, guys, that's gonna do about it for this, for the anchor for the special of the podcast involving Star Wars Celebration. And yeah, I checked that was it. No further details, no trailer, no release date. Just poof. But hey guys, yeah, this has been a special celebration. Rise of Skywalker, Vader Immortal, and of course, Galaxy's Edge, Jedi Fallen Order, Mandalorian, Clone Wars coming back, and Resistance Season 2, but no trailer. Other than that, that's a pretty good celebration. Despite the fact that it's from my least favorite city. Okay, guys, that's good about it. And yes, in those podcast pictures you just saw, it's in courtesy of Star Wars Explained with the panel schedule, and and that's going to be about it. I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys. This had been the celebration. Thank you for watching. I'll be back to the normal on Tuesday. And as always, folks, may the Force be with you.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.